Christmas time is here. Have you ever gone Christmas caroling before?
What an intro. Yes, no, I haven't. No, I
We
have
should
not.
do
Have
that.
you? You look very, very comfortable with the hands clasped like that.
I am not. I like to keep my singing voice to the shower, just to the shower.
I can tell you felt very reserved there. You didn't want to let the pipes run and get after it. So,
we should we should go Christmas caroling
oh
sometime soon
gosh,
within the next few years. We're gonna make that a goal for the next 5 years. We're gonna go Christmas caroling next time. We feel comfortable doing that.
those terrible, those poor people that have to listen to that.
We're gonna record it and get it to the people. They want to see what they want. They need to see that. Welcome to the Christmas pod. We were recording this a few days early, but it's such a special time of the year, and we figured, hey, why not? Let's talk about it. So that being said, we'll just get all the bad out before the good. How long did you believe in Santa?
Dude, that's a good question. Thinking back, I remember a neighborhood friend of mine, Jack Nickel. We were good friends in elementary school, and we were walking home one day, and he's a grade or two older than me, and I'm like, "So what do you think about Santa? Do you think he's real?" And he's like, "Santa's not real." He didn't present it that way. He actually was like, "Do you actually want to know?" And it's like, once you ask that, how do you? No, I actually don't want to know. No, thank you. It's like, obviously I want to know. I asked, and now you actually want to know. And he said, yeah, Santa's not real. And I was heartbroken. But I in the back of my mind, I was like, he could still be lying. So I played like, he was lying. I think I was more happy with the lie than continuing to act like it, or to listen to him and like that. And then later on, probably a year or two later, I asked my mom and if Santa was real, and she finally caved and told me, and I cried for a while, even though I was probably 7, 8 at that time, maybe 9 even. Cried, and then she's like, "Well, we can act like he's still real." I was like, "Perfect. I love I love that idea. I'll still act like it." And I had younger siblings, so it all worked out until they found out. But it was fun. It was a good time. How about yourself, Abe?
I found out in third grade. I remember first and second grade, like driving home on the bus from school, and there was like the rumblings of like all the older kids are like, "Santa's not real," like screaming it on the bus, and just blocked out the haters. I just was like, I'm not gonna listen to it. I'm not gonna have it. And then I hit third grade, and Santa got me a dope pair of shoes, my black Reeboks with like the blue, like little squiggly ones, if you remember that. And I was like, oh man, I've wanted these shoes all year. How do you know? And then I saw the box of the shoes in my garage, and I was like, well, I don't think Santa drops off boxes. And so I remember like grabbing the box and showing my parents, crying, like, does this mean what I think it means? And they told me. I had an older brother, so he was pretty pumped that like he didn't have to hide it anymore. Yeah, it was a devastating day. And yeah, it was third grade, but I remember distinctively like first grade driving home from the bus, like, nah, man, these guys they're lying. They're full of it. There's no way Santa's not real. And my parents made it until I was 9 years old or whatever it was in third grade. So props to them. I feel like that's about the average of how long a kid makes it. But yeah, I found out the hard way. I used my detective skills. So
It's such a hard thing, dude. You're in the back of your mind. I feel like you always know it's fake. Like, how does he hit? You have so many questions, right? How does he hit all the houses? How is he getting down the chimney? And it's like everything you keep asking, and everybody just answers, "Oh, it's magic. It's magic." Like nobody actually knows. You don't ever get a real answer. Everybody everybody's Santa is a little different, and there's some weird stories. And you watch movies, and there's different explanations even within movies, and you're like, it just doesn't feel right. But apart, you really want to believe it. At least that's how I was, and it sounds like you were the same.
you have kid brain, right? So like first grade, I knew Tooth Fairy wasn't real. I'm like, dude, that's a lie. I think I stayed up all night and my tooth did not get picked up for the dollar. And so I was like, all right, this chick is fake. There's no way this is real. And for 2 years, I was like, all right, well, Tooth Fairy's not real, but Santa's definitely real. And you hear all the songs and the myths, and I was like, well, we don't have a chimney, but it still works. Like my grandparents are in on it. Like we put oatmeal out in the driveway for the reindeer, and that got eaten. And so I was like, it's for sure real. And so it's funny when you're a kid because it's like I know Tooth Fairy and Easter Bunny aren't real, but Santa, man, there's no like that mythical creature. That guy's real. That thing's like, and so you don't think past it. And then 2 years later, it's like, oh, I'm an idiot. Like, of course I knew. And I was in a household where I had an older brother. It was almost like a celebration. It's like, hey, we don't have to keep this secret anymore. What was it like keeping that secret away from your younger siblings? I mean, I don't think I could have done it successfully at all. I think I would have told my younger siblings.
I liked it. Like, I feel like, even though I knew it still kind of kept the magic for them. Like, it was fun for me I wasn't necessarily involved in any of the, nighttime stuff where they're eating the cookie or drinking the milk, or my parents even went as far as we left carrots out one year, and probably my dad or something took a bunch of bites and just chucked them in the yard. And so they're just scattered carrot all over the yard. I didn't take part in any of that, but like waking up early in the morning and like, oh, Santa was here. And like, I still remember one of the earlier Christmases where I knew, but my siblings didn't, or at least I thought my siblings didn't. But they're starting to question it a bit. I was like, oh, look, a hair. And like, there's literally a red hair. Like it must've been, just from one of those hats we had just laying around the house. But there was one like on the chimney, or not on the chimney, but on the stockings, and it was just one of those things where it's like, see, it's crazy, like he's definitely real, huh? And everyone's like, yeah, that's awesome. He's like, it's from a suit. We should put it in a bag and save it or something. like it was some magical piece of equipment. But I really enjoyed it. I feel like it kept the magic in the air, even though it was kind of removed from when I realized it.
I just kudos to parents because like I would sleep on the couch in front of the tree, and I'm like, there's no way this guy's getting past me. Like, there's no way I'm staying up all night. And then my dumbass would fall asleep, and then I'd wake up and it'd be like Christmas morning. So like, it was easy for me to be like, oh, this guy's real. Like this guy put me to sleep and put Christmas like presents under the tree. Like, dude, this guy's good. And he ate all the cookies and milk. And also like kind of kudos to parents where not only doing that, but I mean, a long time ago, I don't know when the tradition started of putting cookies and milk out, but that's basically parents saying, hey, we're going through all this work to go with this Christmas magic. We might as well just put a little something in there for us. Like what do we want tonight? Should we have some cookies tonight? Like, and of course, like you look back to, it's like my parents are like, oh, let's do like the peanut butter with the Hershey Kisses ones. I think he really likes those. And I'm like, well, that's your favorite cookie. And he just doesn't click. So I think that's kind of cool. You look back and you do kind of smile and laugh about it all. But I remember being pretty heartbroken. I haven't cried many times in my life, but finding out Santa wasn't real was one of the more sadder times of my life.
Seriously, I felt the same way. Yeah, it is funny looking back and just seeing all the little things they did. And you fell asleep on the couch, really? What else did you do? Did you stay up late or anything?
I would stay up later than normal, and my parents, I thought I was like a great detective, and so I would stay up all night, and I would like always like kind of peek my head like around my corner of my room to like see like the tree, and never a time did I like find them putting presents under the tree, and they basically were like, hey, this 5-year-old's not going to stay up past midnight, which I thought I did. I thought I did a pretty good job. Apparently not. And yeah, they always beat me. I mean, they always. I mean, I think it was the last year. It was when my dad assembled a ping pong table for like 6 hours in my neighbor's garage, like the night before, and then wheeled it in. And it's like when you see a full ping pong table in your house, it's like there's no way that's impossible. You can't even get it around the corner. And so, of course, I thought Santa was real.
The only believable thing is that he came through a chimney that doesn't exist in your house, and he brought the a ping pong
Yeah.
table out of a bag in his sleigh pulled by reindeer. That's the only reason that a ping pong kit table could have been there, right?
Yeah, I crossed off every other option, and that was the only option I came up with was Santa is real. He's got magical powers, and he's got reindeer.
Yeah,
Um,
man. So
so
funny. Such a fun time and such a fun, just mascot to come up with for Christmas. So, do you think, we both kind of grew up in the same way where we love Santa. We thought he made the holiday more magical. What do you think about doing that to your kids? Do you think that's an ethical thing? You're constantly lying, you're telling them things that aren't necessarily true. What do you think about that?
I feel like this is a topic that's came up in the last like year or two, and I don't know if it's just people our age or older, or people us and older or whatever. But dude, I'm lying to my kids. Like I'll lie straight to their face. I don't care. Um, about like important subjects, maybe I won't. I probably won't lie, but for mythical creatures and folklore, hell yeah, I'm lying to them. I'm for sure telling them Santa's real, and he comes down, a chimney, and he's got magical powers and reindeer, and of course, like what a Christmas spirit. Was I devastated knowing Santa wasn't real? Heck yeah, man. And do I want my kid to be the last one that believes in Santa? Maybe not, but I will for sure. If my kid comes up to me and goes, "Hey, Santa's not real," like, I think you're lying. I think you're full of it. I don't think you know what you're talking about. I'm gaslighting my kid for him to believe in Santa just one more year. But I do get it. I mean, you want to build trust with your kids, and you want them to always be able to come to you. But they're 6 years old. Like you're their hero. Like they're gonna come to you no matter what. So, is it ethical? Is it unethical? Who's to say? I don't have kids now, but right now at 25, no kids, single, I'm lying to them. I'm sorry, future kid, but kids are I will lie to you. I will bamboozle you, and you can't watch this video until you know Santa's real.
Right, right. We're keeping this one away. Put this in the vaults. Age
Yeah.
restriction. But it sounds like you're not just Santa. The all folklore you're going to be lying about. Like, where does that stop? Are you telling them dragons are real? Are you telling them leprechauns are under their pillow? Like, where does this stop?
Well, I think you have to go with what's realistic. I think dragons are real. I'm just going to keep telling them that. Birds' wings don't fossilize, so we don't know. And then birds' bones.
Hold up. Do you believe dragons are real?
I think they were real at one point. Yeah. They might not have been, 60 feet long, but maybe there's Forrest Galante has that thing where it's like, well, I mean, there's a lot of, images and dialects of, flying reptile. So maybe, but
That's good.
I don't know. I don't know where I draw the line. I mean, again, I just said I found that the tooth fairy was not real earlier on. I don't know how long I'm going to keep giving my kid dollar bills for teeth. Just don't know that type of economy at that age. But Easter Bunny, kind of the same thing. It's not as like deep in the lore. I guess depth and lore. Like mermaids, are they real? I don't know, but like I'd like to keep telling them that they're real. We'll probably find aliens by the time that my kids. So I mean, like things that are like really, really rooted and I mean, what else is there? I mean, what else is there other than Santa, Easter Bunny, and leprechauns? That's tough. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I can. I don't know how long I can hold on to leprechauns. So what about you, man? I mean, what? How long are you telling your kids Santa's real? How are you going about the Santa dilemma in your household, your future household?
Yeah, right. I mean, it's very clear and obvious to me. I can somewhat see where you're the other side. I'm definitely telling my kids about Santa, telling them that he is real, believe in him. I think it provides a magic and like you're a kid. You want to imagine things and you want to, be thinking things are magical. And at least that's how I was growing up. And I'm assuming my kids will be the same way. It brings a different level of of anticipation, of excitement, and it's magical. I don't know how to describe it. The only way I feel like I can get that magic back is by getting it vicariously through my kids. So uh yeah, just definitely going to do that. I don't know if I will lie about things like mermaids and dragons and things like that. um not confirming that, or denying that either of those are real or fake, but more letting that one be their decision. I do think I'll push the Santa on them. Leprechauns are a fun one. I hadn't put too much thought to it, but I do think I'll Easter Bunny. That was another one of my favorites growing up. My parents put a pretty good emphasis on that one. Just they did a great job hiding eggs, and that was one of my favorite holidays because of that. So I really enjoyed Easter Bunny, so I'll definitely do that one. My mom did the love bug, which no one else does. I don't know about that one. I think it's cute, but once you start dropping like ones that people don't get, like love bug my family was the only one that the love bug visited, and it's like, okay, that's a little fishy. Where once you start to think, oh, that one's fishy, but this one isn't, it's like I feel like you're starting to lose them a little bit. So I don't know if I want to be pushing the ones that aren't as popular as hard, so that they still believe in the big ones to me, which are Easter and Christmas. So yeah, it's weird to lie to your kid. You're telling them, hey, we have this stranger. He's coming into your house. He's gonna eat our food. He's gonna leave you a present. He's not gonna steal anything, I promise. Like, where does that line come? I don't know, but it's for me. I'm definitely telling them. That Santa's real, and I hope my kids are the last ones to find out. I don't care. Like, it's for me. It's not for the kids. I want the magic back in my life, man.
How have you and Alyssa talked about this topic at all? Like, has Santa came up at all in the how long you guys have been together?
I'm sure it has, but I think it's going to be totally different when the kids are actually there.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
but I think we're in agreement. At least I hope so, and maybe I'll just be a better liar than she is. But um, I think we're in agreement that our kids will believe in Santa, and I mean, I guess it's up to them if they believe or not. But we will be pushing one side pretty hard just to have some magic. I think it's so much fun, dude.
I mean, what if you keep pushing this until they're like 18 years old? I mean, how long do you think you could keep the Christmas spirit, the Christmas belief in your household?
As long as I can, man. As long as I can. If they still a part of them believes, I'm gonna let them believe.
That's awesome. I can't wait to tell your kids the truth when they're 17 years old. I'm just gonna be over.
They'll be able to beat you up by then. I'd be careful.
Probably be able to catch me for sure in the race. They'll definitely be able to beat me in the race. But no, I think there's so many hypotheticals that you could throw out there, and I mean, flip side of it. I mean, what if you have like a really smart, reasonable kid, and you said it great, like. You kind of have to deflect. You cannot not deflect, but like divert their attention to where it's like, wait, we have a old fat guy coming down our chimney and is going to put a bunch of stuff underneath our tree and eat our food. And I don't know, like, it's going to reindeer poop in our yard. Like that's kind of messed up. Like, I don't like that. And so, yeah, you do kind of have to like deflect and be like, man, this kid's really reasonable. I'm so proud, but also equally frustrated. It's like, no, like, this is a fun time. This is supposed to be fun. Like, it's supposed to be magical. Like, let's go watch a movie about it. And, God forbid that kid's like, nah, this movie is so old and fake. Like, I can tell. Like, AI is not even part of this movie. But I mean, what if you have a 3-year-old and he's like, I know Santa's not real. I mean, what do you tell him?
I think you start same thing. You deflect, like, why don't you think it's real? And 3-year-old brain, there's going to be some gaps in that logic, and once you find that gap, you just gotta bolt down to it and be like, this is wrong because of this small thing that you've slipped up and doesn't make sense. So I think you keep repeating something enough times, they'll be like, yeah, that's the truth.
I'm so far away from kids, but man, I do kind of look forward to that conversation of like, hopefully my kid does come up to be like 3 years old and is like, Dad, Mom, I freaking know Santa's not real. And then like my wife and I have to get on the same page at the same time with just a look and be like, all right, we got this. And then, deflect, and change his mind and reroute that path. And yeah, like you said, I would want my kid to know for a reasonable time. I'm not, 18 seems a little extreme, but for a little
They'll
bit.
know by then whether you admit it or not. They'll know by then. In fifth grade, I had a teacher say that Santa wasn't real, and I was like, as an older
Mr.
sibling,
Coke? Mr. Coke told
yeah,
you that?
yeah. I was like, as an older sibling, I was like, why are you telling these, like, there's definitely someone in this room that definitely believes in Santa still. Like, you're ruining that magic for him. It upset me.
I, Another question too. Would you rather have your kid come home from school and have a friend tell them the truth, or would you rather have them catch one of your slip ups? I mean, what's the best way for a kid to find out Santa's not real?
It's a good question. I think similar, at least from my experience, when a friend told me, there was still in the back of my head like he could be lying. If you
But is it
find your
better?
parents, if you find your parents in a slip up, then it's like there's no turning back. I mean, unless your parents are good, like your parents could have probably continued to play off like, yeah, there's always boxes. They drop boxes off and we throw him away for it. He doesn't have time to unbox everything, Abe. Like, think about that. There's 7 billion people on the earth. Like, you think he's going to unbox every box? No, he's going to drop them off. And some parents, volunteer for unboxing their boxes so that he can save time. It's like, you just keep talking until it makes sense.
It's quality control. We just make sure that it's the right size and the right color that you wanted, or else we could return it back to the store. Santa knows all these stores.
That's true. So we can save an extra buck. Yeah, it's good for the parents too.
Selfishly, God, I sound so selfish. I'm lying to my kid, but at the same time, I don't really want it to be my slip up. Like, I want a freaking ace Christmas where I'm not the one messing up. I would kind of want them to come home and be like, I want them to have this moment in their lives at school where it's like, oh my gosh, my life's falling apart, and they come home and it's like, all right, let's grab some hot cocoa. Let's just talk about this. Or maybe even find out like in June when it doesn't even matter. Like, it's so far reserved, so far away. It doesn't ruin that year's Christmas.
That's true.
4th of July, they're like, hey, what's going on in the North Pole? Like, it's melted. Like, is Santa even there anymore? And it's like, well, we have something to talk to you about. And then they kind of forget about it by the time Christmas comes.
No way. No kid forgets their parent telling them.
I know. I don't want to tell. I'm gonna make my wife do that.
Just pawn it off. Yeah, that's a move as well. Continue to be the fun dad.
We'll see. But when you were younger as well, man, did you ever drink eggnog? Was that big in your house? Hot chocolate? What was the drinks around the tree?
Yeah, as I've gotten older, eggnog has I've developed a palate of eggnog. I love eggnog. How about yourself?
I guess I've always had eggnog at your house. It feels so stupid asking that question, but I know the grinders always had eggnog. And I think the only times I've ever drank eggnog were at your house. My parents, my family, not just my parents, my entire family are not big eggnog people. I don't mind it. If it was in my house, I would drink it. My parents are not going to buy it. I'm not going to go out of my way to buy it. I would definitely want it in my house a little bit growing up, like in the future, to kind of just test the waters and see if the fam likes it. If not a big deal. But if so, I'd be like, all right, we're going to keep it. I love like seasonal. I just love seasonal stuff because it's like, hey, I need to take advantage of this. We don't have to do this all year long. We're not going to do this all year long, but it's like, it'd be like, summertime in northern states. It's like, I'm going to enjoy the heck out of summer. I'm going to enjoy the heck out of Christmas. If that means eggnog, that means eggnog, and I'm going to drink it. So, I'm a fan, but I certainly don't go out of my way to go get it.
Yeah, I get it. It's funny to me because it's like the one thing that my dad pushes. Like, my mom has always been the person that's like, this family needs traditions. I'm going to do everything I can to, every Thanksgiving, we're going to have these traditions. Every Christmas, we're going to do this. And like, this is how it's going to play out. Just so you can have that feeling of excitement and things you can look forward to and things that are going to happen and things like that. My dad's thing is eggnog. Like, I don't know when that came or when he's decided that's his thing, but I think he just loves it so much that he's like, you know what time it is? It's eggnog season, baby, and he's coming home with 2 cartons and pouring us a glass whenever we have a free moment, and it's fun. I definitely appreciate it, and it's been fun to just see him like have something he enjoys as well and pushes on to us. So definitely a fan of eggnog, and even more just the time of year, like you were saying, it gives you something to look forward to. It's something that's special for that moment in time. And now whenever I drink it, I can't help but think, of what time of the year it is. So
Do you have anything off the top of your head that that you love so much that you're gonna go buy 2 cartons up and you're like, oh, like it's this season, babe. We're gonna have this.
2 cartons is very specific. I don't know what else is
Not,
served in cartons.
it doesn't have to be cartons, but like, are you grabbing anything that's seasonal? You're like, oh, we've got to have this in the house. But
dude, probably like watermelon in summer.
dude, one thing that my mom gets every Christmas is, and she has like this like little, what are those like knickknacks? So she's got like a Christmas tree with like a little, it's a bowl and there's a Christmas tree in it and there's a train around it. It's like the Polar Express. I don't know what it is, but it's just like one of those like Christmas decoration things. And she always gets mint M&Ms, like mint chocolate M&Ms. Those things are so freaking good. And she only gets them around Christmas time because I think they're only sold during Christmas time. And man, those are my favorite M&Ms. I don't even like M&Ms, but when those things come out, holy cow, man, am I eating those things a ton. And that's just like a Christmas cue for me. I see that like dish, I see the M&Ms in there. I'm like, I've got to have those things. I'll slowly, I'm sure my mom notices, but I'll slowly move that dish closer to my room so I don't have to walk as far to refill on mint M&Ms. They're awesome. I love them. It's not eggnog. It's not super seasonal, but gosh, are those so good. So that's something that I would get maybe like a few bags of every December 1st for sure.
Yeah, that's a good one. What traditions do you have other than the mints?
Now traditions, man, we don't have much. My dad and I always put up Christmas lights, like a couple days after Thanksgiving. As a kid, there was a course that my dad first worked at in Arizona, and he would take all of us and the dog. The course would be closed. We'd go out there and play golf in the morning after presents and breakfast and all that. We'd go down there and play golf in the afternoon. And as a kid, I freaking hated it. I was like, I don't want to play golf on Christmas. That's weird. Like no one else does that. And but yeah, to spend a whole time, just to have a whole golf course to yourself, it's pretty awesome. No matter what the course is like. So looking back now, I'm like, man, I wish we did that, but that course doesn't exist anymore. But that was kind of a tradition that we had, and man, what a fun time to go bring up. My whole family plays golf, and we'd be in dog out. He'd go chase ducks and whatever. But nowadays, man, again, we all know the truth. My brother's older than I am. Just if we can get people over here, as many people, and open presents and have kind of a slow morning and just hang out with everyone. My dad freaking loves putting that Yule burning log on the TV, some sort of fire pit to get the vibes going. That's the first thing he does every morning, but not too many traditions. I would say the traditions have been broken in the Elmore household, but that doesn't make it any sadder. We still have a fantastic time doing with Christmas stuff. But what kind of traditions do the Grinders have for Christmas?
Yeah, we're kind of in a similar position where we all know as well. People are moving out of the house. I'm up in Washington. My sister's over in Indiana. I'm coming back this year. My sister is not, so it'll be just the 4 of us for the first time ever since I've been alive. So things are changing. We'll see what traditions we have. But growing up, we always had, I guess, Christmas Eve. We didn't have family or anything down there really, so we actually hung out with friends. We'd go over to the Blakeman's house and just have a little get together, a party, and stay up not too late because it's Christmas Eve, and parents want to get you to bed as early as possible. So we'd come back home and then we'd read 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. We had a picture book for it. And I know it sounds so goofy, but it was just like, it was so
It's
exciting.
awesome.
It was so exciting though. It was like, you know what's to come. Like, and then my mom would give us each a gift, and we'd open it, and it was always pajamas. And one thing about my dad is he's very cheap. So when he receives gifts, he doesn't necessarily like gifts very much, just because somebody had to spend money for something that's material, and he's not very materialistic. But we can get into that sometime else. But eventually it turned into all of us getting new pajamas and my dad getting the same pajamas that he had last year. And, everybody was happy with that. And he would make a joke like, oh, the same pajamas or whatever. And then eventually one year my mom decided to get him Grinch pajamas because kind of how he acts and how we'd all call him that. You're the Christmas Grinch. He wasn't. He still likes Christmas and stuff, and it was fun to celebrate with him. But it just kind of turned into like a funny thing we'd say. And so we got him that, and he loved them. And so now every year it's those Grinch pants for him. And I don't know. Last year we didn't have a traditional Christmas either. My mom just got a cruise for all of us. We all went on a cruise with our boyfriend, girlfriends at the time, and or friends. Each of us brought a friend and went on a cruise down to Mexico. So that was fun, but it wasn't the traditional gifts under the tree. We I think we had stockings and that was it. So definitely different. Things are switching up. No longer have the Christmas magic with Santa, but I think we have a few years where it's gonna change quite a bit. If someone in the family has a kid, or my parents turn into grandparents, I think that magic might spark again, and it'll have a new feeling of anticipation and excitement for all that.
It didn't really click for me until, because I understand like a lot of parents always ask like their kids like, oh my gosh, like when are you gonna have kids and all this, all kind of that drama. And like talk about it now, like Christmas is kind of just like plateaued. It's dipped and stayed there, and it doesn't dip up again until someone doesn't know the truth about Santa. So they're kind of just like, hey, like I'm kind of tired. Not like I'm tired of it, but like, hey, we need to get this magic going again. Like we basically need to keep lying to someone. We need to find someone to lie about Santa, because man, it's getting stale. So I think that's just another reason why there's a lot of parents that are always like asking anyone, hey, like when are you gonna have kids? Like we're excited to lie to their face about Santa. Like I can't wait. Like can you kind of hurry up? So I feel it, man. I mean, I'm the youngest, and I'm 25, and my parents, they're not itching, but I can just tell that they're like, all right, well, this is, don't expect anything crazy this year. Like, you're 25 and whatever. It's like, yeah, I get it, but I mean, you don't have to kill the mood. Like, if you want to lie about Santa with me, that's fine. But yeah, no, it's cool to see them. And again, I'm not wishing, the future away, but it is interesting to see once that does happen, how much the Christmas spirit kind of just rejuvenates within each household. So, with that being said, man, do you want to have any Christmas traditions that you think that you'll start?
Yeah, I do. I'm still working through all those. One thing my mom did that was really fun growing up, she actually started it with it just being an adult thing, which I kind of like that idea. It was like she called it gingerbread houses, but it was just graham crackers sealed together with icing. Tastes so much better, by the way. But you can get real creative with it, and it's super fun. And it started off. I'm assuming I wasn't allowed to attend when I was younger, because I think it was basically a drinking party for my parents and all my parents' friends. And so I like that idea. Kind of bring the friends back together, and I like the idea of hosting that and having all my buddies come over and doing basically what my parents did. I think that was a great idea and super fun. Um, and then as the kids getting older, doing it with them as well. And I really enjoyed that. How about yourself? And anything? I know that for me it wasn't necessarily for Christmas. I have some things for Christmas, but how about something for you leading up to Christmas?
I'm kind of right there with you. I remember the few times I don't do it every year, but the few times I've done the gingerbread houses, they're so much fun. I think anytime you can get some sort of competition with something that's that creative, and you pair up, and you have a few beverages, and you kind of everyone just kind of relaxes around the stressful time of a holiday, is so much fun. So I love that idea. One thing that my brother and I always did, and I love this, is like my brother and we would be able to open each other's gifts on Christmas Eve. Because like when you're a kid, it's like, can I open a present? Like there'd be stuff under the tree from like family members, like, can I open it? Can I open it? Can I open it? But like December 15th, they're like, heck no, you can't do that. And so it kind of gave us a little bit of an itch to be like, to scratch. And it's like, all right, like, hey, I get one on the 24th. I get one a day early, a night earlier. So I really appreciated that. And it was a good moment between my brother and I, because we always got each other good gifts for the most part. So to have that little moment with just us, I think my parents, I remember even visually seeing my parents like kind of sit back and be like, man, this is kind of a cool moment. And then I mean, we always just watch a Christmas movie the night before, and I think that's awesome. I think, don't overcomplicate it. I wish there was some snow down here so we could do some sort of snow activity, whether it was a snowman or a snowball fight or whatever. But yeah, man, I wish that, and I think in the future as well, there's gonna be a lot of mistletoe hanging around my house. Just because why not? I think that's cool. We never had that as my house, obviously, but being just think that's kind of a smart thing to let this out. I think that'd be kind of a smart thing to do. But yeah, nothing crazy for traditions that we've done, and I can't really think of any off the top of my head. Yeah.
Yeah, the mistletoe is a funny one. I haven't done that or even seen it really. Yeah, I'll meet you there when that happens. What? No, maybe edit that out.
maybe by the kitchen pantry. That'll be one right there. But I mean, traditions are one thing, and having Christmas in Arizona, it's much different. And you're in Seattle right now, and I'm sure it's starting to feel like Christmas. Certainly one thing that I would imagine 90%, at least 90% of Arizona kids want. I would love to spend Christmas somehow, some way in snow. I don't, like I would love to just pick up my entire family and go spend Christmas in like the hallmark stereotypical like log cabin with a chimney, with snow falling down, and there's a reason to drink hot cocoa, because no one wants to have hot cocoa when it's like 75 degrees outside, and just get all the winter activities out for like a week. Logistically, I'm thinking about it now, man, that'd be crazy expensive, and and that's a lot. And I'm sure a lot of extended family would be like, what the heck are you doing? I don't want to go up there either. Why can't we just have it here? But man, I think living in Arizona and not having the snow, you kind of yearn for, it's like, man, I just want my kids to experience this at least once. So I think I would want to do that for my kids at least once in their young lives, maybe when Santa does exist. I don't know how I'd lie to them that Santa knew that we were at that cabin and not our house. Like, maybe that's the year after they're sad, they're depressed that Santa's not real, and it's like, all right, let's just go hang out in the snow and get their minds off it. But I want to do that at least once. My parents, they sent me up to Idaho one winter for Christmas. On Christmas Day, we opened up our stockings to a couple plane tickets to go up to my grandparents' place up in Idaho. What a blast that was. And I want them to experience that at least once.
Yeah, that's sweet. I did not have that, but I do think that's a cool idea. But I totally agree. Like, it was always a little weird when your friends are like, "Yeah, we're leaving for the holidays, so we opened our Christmas presents early." It's like, wait, what? Santa doesn't come early. It's one of those things where it's like that's not right, but you just kind of go with it and whatever.
Those parents need to do a better job, and they can't open their gifts until after they get back from the holidays. Those parents need to get on the train and understand that, hey, it doesn't
we're
make
in this
any
together.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense that Santa's there early. Okay, their kids are not that special. We need to keep lying to them like everyone else. Open their presents after. Those parents are ruining it for the other parents.
This is not how I expected this podcast to go with the line getting brought up so often. But
you let me know who those parents are.
Maybe we're not excited for Christmas. Maybe we're just excited to get some lies out. We've been holding in some knowledge too long.
Did you ever write letters to Santa? You had to have. I mean, I feel like every kid did.
I don't think so. I don't think I did.
Put them in a stamp, like I mean, the whole shebang. And it's like, again, signifying that Santa was real. It's like, I'm writing him a letter, address North Pole. That thing has to be coming back to us in the mail, and my parents are hiding it. Freaking genius those parents are. Oh, man, disgust me. Disgust me that parents are giving out gifts early. Who are they? Who do you think you are?
Sorry. Yeah, it's funny. No, get it off your chest, man. Get it off your chest. It's good. So you said you watched a movie every night before Christmas, every Christmas Eve. Sorry.
Yeah.
What movie did you watch? What were your favorites? Do you still have a movie you always watch each season?
Oh man, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer and the Land of Misfit Toys, I think is what it was. It was like a poorly animated Christmas film, but for some reason, that thing was lit. Like, loved that as a kid. We watched Elf a lot. I mean, it wasn't like a major one. We did Charlie Brown for a while. That was one that we watched a lot as well. We kind of we had like a 4-movie rotation. The main one was Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. And Charlie Brown Christmas, whatever that one is. My dad loved National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Like that is his movie. He will go at your dad's eggnog is my dad's National Lampoon's Christmas holiday, whatever it is called. He will go out of his way to make sure that you watch it. And like it's almost like he watches it individually with each family member in our household. Like he'll watch it with my mom, on December 15th, and then he'll watch it with me like on the 18th or 19th, and then he'll watch it with my brother on the 20th to make sure that everyone gets their dose of it. And I think that is hilarious. But my childhood one for sure was Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Yeah, that's a good one. I watched that one as well. You say poorly animated, but I feel like when I was young, like it was a good movie. Like it's funny looking back and watching things now that you think they're poorly animated now, but like I remember watching Ice Age as a kid and thinking like this is the best animations I've ever seen. And like I went back and watched that last year with Kaysen in Europe. It was just on while we were eating dinner or something. And dude,
sure.
It's like it's so bad. Like compared to movies now, it's crazy. But I remember thinking like this is the most realistic animation movie I've ever seen. It's like I sound so old saying that now, but it's crazy how far all that technology has come. Rudolph definitely won.
I gotta say something. My mom overheard us, and she brought out notes from Santa. I would write a letter to Santa, and my mom just showed me a letter that Santa wrote back to me in this clearly burned piece of paper that was ripped from the other pieces of paper and the other ones of my family. But I wrote to Santa, and I forgot that Santa wrote back to me. Basically says, "Merry Christmas, don't spend all your time in your room." I don't know what that means, but apparently he did write back, and I forgot about it as a kid, so I apologize to Santa.
See, that's weird. Your Santa has a much more cursive handwriting than mine did. That's weird. I wonder why. Santa writes different handwriting to each family.
Santa wrote different handwriting to this family too.
Yeah, we're gonna have to come up with that lie, huh? I think my parents wrote sloppy so that they couldn't identify if it was either parents. Like it was just like I was like, why is his handwriting so bad? They're like, oh, he's in a rush. He's got to make it to all the houses. Like, his handwriting looks perfect, and so another thing we got to work on for our lives. Back to the movies. Elf, I'd say best movie. It's always funny. Yeah, Rudolph was a good one. We always watch Frosty the Snowman, kind of the same thing. I think it's an older
Yes.
animated movie.
Yes.
And it's short. Like I went back to watch it, and I think it's like 30, 40 minutes. Like I, I was flabbergasted when I learned that. That one, and then the Grinch is kind of trendy right now as well. But we watched that growing up, and I don't know what Grinch they're on, but it's quite a few now.
I'm not a big Grinch guy. I'm not a big Grinch movie guy. I don't think it's that good. Do I watch it every year? I think every other year, because I get that it is pretty goated, but I just don't. And I love Jim Carrey, so the fact that I don't like it's just weird. But I don't know.
Yeah,
But yeah,
growing up, I didn't care for it as much, but now it's kind of fun.
Yeah, I I like the like what is that? Like the Christmas Story with like the kid and the glasses and the
That's
shoot your
my
eye out.
dad's. That's my
Yeah.
dad's. Like, you'll shoot your eye out. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think he's the. I don't
Heard
even
him say
know the
that.
movie your dad watches. I've never even heard of that one. So, Mike, we might have to watch that together. But yeah, that's
Go
my
watch.
dad's. Eggnog, and the Christmas Story for sure.
And then Home Alone. I think Home Alone's great. I know it's not like your traditional one, but I think if I had to pick out a movie right now that I would watch with my kids, I think Home Alone is my Grinch, where I'm like, all right, we're watching this thing. I don't care that it's not like a total Christmas movie. It's just a Christmas setting. But I want to let you know, Squirt, that if you're home alone and I somehow forget you, that you got this. I guess.
I can't believe I forgot about that one. That's always a hitter in my family as well.
I don't even watch the second or third one. Apparently it's 3 or 4, whatever it is. But like just the first one. We don't need to go anywhere past that.
I don't even. I think it's like the third or something. I don't know. There's like 10 of them. I'm pretty sure. It's crazy.
There's more than 2. I know that. But yeah, what a great way to spark a kid's imagination. But yeah, man, there's just so many good Christmas movies that it's hard to get to them all, and it's cool to hear everyone's like little, like the ones that they remember from their childhood, or ones that they watch now. I mean, gosh, how can you beat everyone hanging around in PJs and warm drinks and a good Christmas flick? Like that sounds awesome. Everyone should experience that. Speaking for Ken and I, we just thank everyone for taking time out of the day and listening to us. We appreciate all the fantastic comments back. And again, thank you. It just means the world to us that, people tune into this, and gosh, we're so thankful for that. I know we just had Thanksgiving, but man, this is still a very thankful time with just Christmas holidays and holidays in general. It's just a special time for us. So thank you so much. We hope that everyone has a Merry Christmas and, safe travels wherever they're going. But again, I just want to extend my gratitude to everyone.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you everyone for listening. Love you all. Merry Christmas. Good night.